Episode 5, Joseph and Romane, the race and the pride of having participated. The finish line finally loomed before Joseph and Romane. The path that had brought them here, through the hills and splendid landscapes of the Luberon, seemed shorter now that they were nearing the finish. The crowd was there, cheering the children as they rushed towards the end of the race. Joseph, in the lead since the beginning, felt fatigue invade his muscles. He had given everything he had, his legs were burning with the effort, but the finish line was so close. He saw the volunteers raising their arms to signal that the end of the race was imminent. His heart was beating fast, and he pushed a little harder, determined to finish in first position. But suddenly, a thought crossed his mind. It's not just about winning, he told himself. It's also about never giving up, about going all the way. And that's what he did, crossing the finish line first, but not without a final effort, his breath short and his face marked by concentration. Romane, for her part, had taken her time. She wasn't as fast as Joseph, but she had run at her own pace. She knew she would get to the end, no matter the position. When she saw the finish line, she felt a surge of energy. She accelerated slowly, but not too quickly, savoring each step, each moment. "Look, Joseph!" Romane shouted as she finally crossed the finish line. She was happy, not because she had won, but because she had done her best, without rushing, by staying true to her way of running. The two children found themselves after the finish line, smiling and out of breath. Joseph's cheeks were red and he was out of breath, but he couldn't help but smile. "I did it. I won," he said, all excited. Romane, in her gentle manner, replied, "And I ran all the way. That's already a victory for me." Their parents came running to congratulate them. "Well done to both of you," their mother exclaimed, hugging Joseph and Romane. "You showed so much courage and perseverance." The grandfather, standing in the crowd, waved at them. "I'm so proud of you," he said. "Win or not, the important thing is to give it your all. And you did it." Even the grandparents, who had followed the entire race, were proud of their grandchildren. Joseph, although he had finished in first place, understood that the important thing was not so much the medal or the glory, but the fact that he had never stopped running, never given up. Romane, for her part, felt immense pride. She had not won, but she had shown herself that she could go all the way, that she could overcome fatigue and challenges, and that it was not always a question of speed, but of perseverance. After the race, all the participants were invited to gather for the awards ceremony. The children, all smiles, received their medals. Joseph, the first to arrive, held his with pride, but he knew that the real reward was to have lived this experience alongside his sister, his parents, and his grandparents. The mayor of Menabee spoke to congratulate the children. "Today, you have all shown what victory really means. Never give up, be courageous and persevere, whatever the result." Joseph and Romane looked at each other and smiled. The race was over, but for them, it was just the beginning of new adventures, new discoveries, and new challenges. As the sun began to set behind the hills of the Luberon, they realized that they had experienced something much more important than a simple victory. They had learned, together, that the true spirit of the race lies in perseverance, self-denial, and the love of the challenge. And so it was that Joseph and Romane, proud of their journey and their adventure, left hand in hand, light-hearted and happy to have participated in the Menabee, their first major race.